What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Goddess Talk. Today we have with us King Carew. We're so honored to have this moment to talk about the sacred image of the Black woman and the importance of her sacred image. So thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for spending time with us today. So I wanted to first start by asking, where does goddess energy come from?
I would say from the cosmic goddess, the galactic goddess herself. Hence we get the term as above, so below. As it is in the Milky Way or the star system Sirius. So it is with you as you come to your astral self, your supreme personality, which was wiped out of our programming for some 400 plus years. In some cases, thousands of years. So the little goddess on earth is the daughter of the big goddess on high. We'll say the Milky Way, our galaxy.
That was deep. So how could a woman tap into her goddess energy? You know, just from knowing all of that, like, okay, I come from the Milky Way galaxy. How do I tap into that?
It is very important that we know how old and ancient we are. That we know that we're here from a distant star, a distant star system. And we've been in the earth for eons and eons, got comfortable in the earth because we like life living in the physicality. Because in our spiritual selves, I can't embrace you, I can't see the children smile. So we come into this game, into this program, and get these bodies that are tuned to a certain frequency to play the game of life. But the thing about playing the game of life, even though we would prefer it always to be paradise, chaos is in the game. Chaos has been attacking us for some hundreds and hundreds, in some cases thousands of years. And so we've been taken out of ourselves, disemboweled, disconnected from our cosmic design, no longer connected to the antiquity of our ancient minds. Therefore, having forgotten the roles that we've always played in the earth. We've always been gods and goddesses as we played this game of life. We've never seen ourselves so small as we see ourselves now. And what made us big was our moral code, Ma'at, the ancient principles of truth, justice, righteousness, balance, and order, leads to immortality as we embrace this moral character again, which is very necessary.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, let me allude to this. When we vibrate in the fifth dimension, we created the Caucasoid, the European. We were in the fifth dimension when we created this field, this energy. And we purposely created this energy to make this energy a chaotic being. And I think it was for us to go to sleep at some time and hence have to wake up again. But we created this individual without melanin, so therefore without true compassion. And so we turned this menace loose on the world. So as a result of that, when we fell from the fifth dimension, we were vibrating at the same frequency as he, because our morality had been interrupted. We could no longer access the program of immortality because we started lying, cheating, and being deceptive, and in a sense acting Western. That's contrary to our Eastern essence, because we're love, we're light, we're truth, we're justice, we're balance, we're order, we're God's elect and God's elite. So naturally, in order for society to maintain itself futuristically and continue to perpetuate itself, it has to be built on certain foundations. Our foundation has always been Ma'at, perfect balance and perfect order. Okay, so now when we fell from the fifth dimension, I told a lie here and there, I cheated, I perhaps coveted my neighbor's property, and gradually fell from the grace of the gods. Then I was vibrating on the level of my creation, the human artificial. She being played to the left is the issue.
You good?
And under attack from this system From every force known to man, the black woman is under attack, trying to separate her from her love, from her light, from her natural state, from the high place in which she originally would vibrate. In other words, they want to get rid of the feminine. We can't get rid of the feminine because the feminine is the love, it's the light.
Yep.
Now, when she's in her right mind, she has, and because she's my mother, because she gave birth to the dragon, she's the dragon goddess.
Mm.
Now, when I say it, what do I mean by that?
Dragon goddess.
When she is risen, you see this goddess here. Mm-hmm. You see the serpentine energy here. Now, the serpents, the cobras, are not indigenous to India, even though India is one of Africa's colonies. But don't get it twisted. We've always been the one with the Kundalini energy. This is why when I'm in my pharaonic energy, I got the cobra on top of my head, which is representative of the goddess itself. So this serpentine energy, which means that you have control over your urges. And you'll see right here that you're a water goddess. You'll see that you have transmutive energies, transformative energies. You can be whatever you decide to be when you decide to be it. Once you do your own thinking. But you've been blocked in the bowels of the Caucasoid mind for the past 400 years. You've not been in the king's mind for 400 plus years, so you don't resemble the king. Now remember now, when you're in your right mind, you made this king. This king just remembers, and king means one who rules over his urges. One who has acute knowledge of self, one's story, one's access to ancient glory, one who once again has resurrected the crown. Once again, who comes to usher in paradise on planet Earth. Because once again, we're the caretakers of planet Earth. We hardly expect a man who can only stand in the sun 30 seconds on a dark, cloudy day to maintain peace and power on the earth. No. Whenever we are asleep, the earth is in total chaos. And that's what's happening right now. Because the dark feminine is yet to fully awaken. So, as she starts to return to wearing dresses, because this is indicative of the goddess, the feminine, we need the feminine mystique. We don't need the pantyhose for yoga clothes and can't touch your toes. We don't need you to be totally exploitive and appealing only to my lower nature. I need you to appeal to me and the rest of the men neck up. We need neck up operations and not waist down situations. We need the dark feminine to come to the realization that she, and she alone, is the mother goddess of planet Earth. Is the caretaker of planet Earth. It's where all the high vibratory frequencies come from. The dark feminine. As we know, this very symbol comes from her womb. And this symbol means immortality, which means we don't have to die, dissipate in anybody's reality as we become once again access to our ancient memory and remember the roles that we've always played before the great fall, the time when we had it all. So that's the hour that we're in today. And if the dark feminine, the black woman, the blue black, the triple blackness of space, the elected elite of Almighty God, for this is who you are. You can't let these Chinamen play you. You're not a geisha girl. You're not a Chinese. You're not a Japanese. You're the original woman. You don't carry these other bitches' water. At some point, you're going to have to embrace some self-love. You're going to have to embrace your natural hair because therein lies your power. You'll notice every time you wash your natural hair, it's the 0, the figure 6, or the figure 9, which is 9 ether hair, which locks you into the rays of the sun, which invites you, which connects you to the highest frequency in creation. Okay, but the sun cannot even see your head. The sun ain't saw your head in years. The sun has not seen your scalp or visited your scalp in years. Matter of fact, they calling you the glue head now. You seen the glue heads? Yeah, they calling you the glue head now. Now remember, now you the mother of civilization. You the mother of all humanity, mother of all schools of thought. I need you to remember who you are. Without you, there is no nothing. Without you, there is no air to breathe. Right now, you just with the wrong son. Now, I'm the son of the S-U-N, and I'm your son. And when you're in your conscious mind, you give birth to gods and kings. You're not in a holding pattern waiting on a punk-ass king. You done found in the West some shit that was beat inside your chest as you was in your state of niggerism. Who you truly waiting on or who need to be connected with is the SUN. Your skin is condensed melanin. This sun, the SUN, is the sun that every eye can see. This sun walks the water in Columbia at Lake Murray. This sun walks the water. So once you switch suns, leave the SON from already risen, I'm your son. We need the goddess in the game now. You need to come out of the holding pattern. You need to reclaim your sacred image. Hear me now. You need to reclaim your sacred image. You need to start wearing the breeches. Hear me now. You need to start wearing the breeches. You're the feminine mystique of this creation. You're the Shakti energy. You're the goddess divine. You're Kali. You're Nefertari. You're Nefertiti. You're Aset. You're the goddess divine. Now it's time for you to return safely to your mind, to your love, to your power, to your magic, to your truth, so you can induce paradise upon the earth, so you can protect your children. But as long as you're in a holding pattern waiting on the wrong son, I don't advise any child to follow you to the kitchen. Now know that I love you. Know that I love you with all that is in me. But I know who you are. And you're not the human artificial. You're not this character that's running around with 6-inch eyelashes, 15-inch fingernails. It ain't none of this shit yours. This hair is disease you're wearing. The hair has no frequency you're wearing. Your vibration is not appetizing. It's not enticing. It's not strong. It's not ancient. It's plastic. It's Eurocentric. It's self-hate. Now in 2021, you still choosing a white doll over the black doll. Now I know I've been in the gutter. I know you've not had me there to depend on. I know I dropped the ball. I know I'm the main cause of your great fall. I'm making amends to that. I'm projecting the cross that you taught me to project, which is the Ankh. I'm projecting the flag that you taught me to raise before you lost your mind. I'm perfecting my love. By the way, I'm perfecting access to the fifth dimension, where the material man has no rule, has no sway, where he's a cartoon. So day by day, it's your time to rise. It's your time to love you like you ain't never loved you. It's your time to protect your children. But before you do any of that, you can only do that by embracing your ethnicity, yourself, your culture before you were picked clean by this Western vulture. Now remember now, in your right mind, you wear the most stately fabrics. Brocades, silks, linens, the most beautiful fabric. You've never been a denim queen, some shit you shove a shit in, and somehow or another you don't cut the motherfuckers all up, and now they supposed to be cool. Chicken shit, I say. At some point, in order for you to protect your children, in order for you to have the magic and the power that you're accustomed to having before the great fall, you got to perfect your self-love. Yep. You're the most beautiful woman in the galaxy, in humanity. We need you back into the state of grace. We need you back in your high place. So I exalt you. I serenade you. I love you. It is a black woman that I worship. I'm not waiting on Jesus. I'm waiting on the black woman to return to her senses so I can bow. So I can take my rightful place on my knees before your presence. So at some point, I need you to shake off this amnesiatic state. Return to the ancient paradigm in which you would vibrate. Perfect your love, perfect your light. Allow your inner spirit to take flight to your inner higher self, where you radiate divine health, love, truth, magic, power, beauty. Trust this. I know who you are. You my highest star. I love you all day long, all month long. I will walk in front of 1,000,000 tanks for you. But I won't follow your ass to church. I would not do that. You're not going to leave the SUN, the obvious source of power, and end up with some punk-ass motherfucker on the wall that you call, and you don't even see me. And hell, I'm your prodigy. So stop booing me out. Stop calling me baby. Stop calling me bae. Stop calling me boo-boo. Stop calling me all this sweet nigga shit. You need to call up a god. You need to call up a king. You need to call up some damn warriors. You better put somebody in the game. Take them damn stilettos off. And you need to put some damn people in the game. Now remember now, when you're in the right mind of a king, when you give birth to gods. You don't wait on no punk-ass gods. You give birth to gods. Remember who you are. You're here from a distant star. And this shit by following these people down here on earth, they do anything that feel good. Okay, you've been on the earth too damn long to do any damn thing that feel good. You've been here too long to do some shit just cause it feel good. You have to control your urges. You have to protect your morality. You have to be in your moral code. We cannot get rid of the fucking pronoun. We will never get rid of the fucking pronoun. Within the African mystique, there has to be a feminine, there has to be a masculine. Otherwise, for us, it's no goddamn game. Now, we don't follow children who ain't been out of the goddamn cave for 10,000 fucking years. We don't follow them nowhere. We old as time itself. We were here before the word time was invented. So we've controlled our urges. We've risen to a higher place. Now, we're not finna fall over as well shit again. So now, it is time for you to embrace your truth, embrace your morality, embrace your femininity. And shit. And embrace your sisters. Properly.
That was powerful. I'll show you all day. You know, it's sometimes hard for us to embrace I know for some women it's hard for them to embrace their natural beauty because of some of the black men that also don't embrace it or don't see it as beautiful. So I think some women have a fear that they won't be loved or they won't be desired. But I've learned that that's a whole nother type of man. And during my journey of becoming natural, I've attracted a whole nother type of man. So it's a split.
Let me speak to that. I'm a shepherd king. I come to shepherd in those cosmically who can travel, who can perfect self-love, who can embrace themselves. And as much as I love all the wig heads and all those with patches of glue, and even all those who created another whole nother habit patting their head, I love you, but your ass can't travel. You won't be able to travel. You have to be with Reverend Neckbone. You have to be with Pastor Gizzard. Because it takes self-love to board this chariot. This cosmic chariot, the ticket is self-love, self-appreciation, and the projection of your ancient consciousness today, futuristically, right now. So, you've been carrying somebody else's water for 400 years. That ship will no longer sail. You've been rallying to somebody else's flag for 400 years. You've been giving some other faggots your sugar tit for 400 years. Now it's time for self-love and self-appreciation and a return to culture. So you own too much of the creative flow to tell me about you don't know how to style, how to flow with your head, neck up. Because all your concentration is waist down now. You can't get the fucking the spandex. What's the problem? Neck up operations. Self-love. I'm a cosmic king. I'm a shepherd king. I'm a servant. I serve those who love themselves. I serve those who are in search of themselves. I serve those who have an ear to recognize when that ear hear real love, real truth, real consciousness, real culture, real protection. All you have to do now is be yourself. We got 400 plus years in this country eating the sins of men, We got 40 years in this country losing our humanity so others can find their humanity. Okay, so now those for 400 years, we're the strongest people in the damn universe. Right here in America, where we fell the lowest, we rise the highest. But you still got to be in your awareness in order to hold the emanation from the sun. You can't be looking like chicken shit with no cultural integrity, having been picked clean, having been disemboweled by this Western heathen. And now you can't access your beauty? Now you choosing Cinderella? And Cinderella was mimicking you all the time? So remember, for eating the sins of men, for losing our humanity, so that the vibration of the earth could be elevated, we got the greatest reward that the universe could offer. Those are the keys to greatness. But you have to have cultural integrity. You can't all of a sudden become a geisha girl. You can't become Maywa. We're waiting on the goddess. You can leave Maywa's ass alone. Ain't nobody looking for Maywa but the lap dancers.
That's true.
That's the love.
Hey, peace. Ashe, guys, I will be saving this video so you can watch the replay of this. Kings, tell them where they can find you.
Okay, now you know I'm unplugged, and I admonish all of you all to start getting unplugged. Now remember now, I've never owned a cell phone, never owned a computer, but I own the ultimate computer. I know peace because every 5 seconds a pocket police is not going off in my pocket. Can't nobody track me and tell me, go home now. Okay, now at some point in order for your inner technology to come online, you got to acquire the outer technology. In order for your inner technology to come online, you have to acquire the outer technology. Now you know they got this disease called Magellan's disease. Now the thing that you interface with most is what you become. So if you set up, you spend 8-9 hours on this computer business, that's what they're trying to get you to do now. You start to get wires for veins. Different color wires start to show up all throughout your body. Look up Magellan's disease. From interfacing with the technology, the shitnology. In the shitstem. So remember, it's a game. The way out is in. You escape the madness by retreating inward and making the sacred discoveries of the divine self. Now remember, you're God Almighty. You went as low as you could go to perfect your ultimate rise. You had everything in your game but slavery. And once again, we're coming to realize that too was an alchemical process to get back to where we could fly again, where we could disappear, shapeshift, be in 1,000 places at the same time. Well. And the lights going off. What happened to motherfucker? What happened?
But we can still hear them.
We can still hear?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
And the lights coming back on.
In other words, you know I love you.
Yes.
I come to protect you. The God's with me all day long, 24/7, 365. So that's the truth.
Wow. And that's peace.
Love.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Goddess Talk.